Yo, what's up?
Thank you. Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, so is it already start? Oh, okay. Hello. This is and today
Oh,
we're
you
going to
got
be talking about stuff because we have two amazing
you
guests.
guys are so.
We have Blake. Yeah. and I'm not going to say your last name.
Why?
Are you okay with me saying your last name?
Go ahead.
Evan Wallace. So this is your first time being in a podcast. So Blake Smith, what's it like being your first time?
Okay.
I can't see it. Okay.
It's really good. Don't skip me. Yeah.
Thanks. That's literally what every single person says. So thanks for not being unique. Thank you. So Evan, what's it like?
Wow,
being your first
okay.
podcast?
I think
Standard
so far,
question.
I'm gonna go ahead and end your freaking podcast is called Jabari's Wisdom. What wisdom do you have?
Wow. I mean, if you watch the podcast, you would
This is so stupid. Why?
Or
Is
listen
that
to
supposed to be Jesus that you put your head on?
That's Buddha. That's Buddha.
Yeah, you're going to hell.
Anyway, so
What the hell are we,
with the pod.
what are we talking
So
about?
now, is there even a point saying what we're going to talk about? Because one, we don't know what we're going to talk about, and two, the viewers
So what
are
wisdom are you gonna lay
dwindling.
upon us? Oh, wise one.
I was just about to, and you just ruined it. So I'm just going to end it there.
Wow. Some professionalism this is.
So Blake, so I heard that you might be friends with this one guy, very famous, very, very, very embarrassing. This guy named the Black Arrow. You want to talk about that?
Sorry, I had something in my throat. Yeah, I actually am.
Yeah, we know.
Friends with.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I
actually
heard
am
that
friends
he,
with the Black.
the Black Arrow.
Go ahead
is,
and just
you know,
cut me
I
off.
actually heard I know his real name.
Really? Well, you might not want to say it because if you do, he might be forced to infiltrate your house and exact revenge on you. And you don't want
Speaking
that to
of
happen.
someone
Are you talking about
infiltrating, even
Danny
though
Boy
they're
Schmidt?
supposedly a hero. So, Evan, did you that there's this dude called the Black Arrow? Very embarrassing. So he keeps trying to
Did he
save the
beat
city.
you?
but
Did he beat you
keeps-
in a
No,
match?
no.
Yeah, the last
me.
match that you
Wait,
had.
me.
Yeah.
Wait, me.
No, I'm sorry.
What?
He beat his opponent in the match the last time that they faced off,
And what?
and the opponent begged for a
So,
rematch, but the Black Arrow just did not grant
The Black
mercy.
Arrow, the mistake. He came from the
The
streets
mistake.
Wow.
of.
The mistake
He came from the streets of
Of
Miami.
Compton.
of Miami.
Anyway, he
No,
came
he's
from the
from
streets of
Compton.
Miami. He's living the high life. Actually, it's all a sham. He keeps saying like how hard his life was.
He
but,
came from the boondocks. He's poor.
No, he was living it up.
No.
The Black Arrow. So the Black Arrow, he came with this story saying like I came from Compton. So he tried to be a hero. You know,
It's actually
kind of
not
an
from
embarrassment
Compton.
because
He came
every
from New York
person
City.
he tried saving, he actually shot the wrong person with his arrows.
That's actually
The old lady, he was
hugely
being mugged.
incorrect.
He shot the lady, not the mugger.
Well, that's the thing.
'Cause
She
he couldn't
staged the
aim.
mugging. She staged the mugging. That is exactly why the Black Arrow
That's what
shot
he
her.
said when he was being
Because
sent into
God.
court.
She was
That's
actually
what
the
he said.
mastermind. He did not have to go to court. He chose to. He did not
Her
want slander on his
grandchildren
great name.
cried. Her
Her
grandchildren
grandchildren were in their 30s. Okay?
cried. Okay.
They are just
Does that
upset.
make it any difference?
Hold on. They were
Just 'cause
highly.
they're
I was
old?
in the court that date with him, sitting right next to him. The reason that her grandkids were crying, they even admitted it afterwards, is because they would not be able to get the wealth from the robbery that she staged.
Okay, so Blake stuff. I'm just gonna say it out here. I'm just gonna say it out front.
Blake. Just Blake.
Blake. I'm
Why
just gonna
can't you
say
just call me
he
Blake?
is the brother. He is the brother of the Black Arrow because if you haven't noticed, they have the same last name.
Really?
You know,
And
my
what-
favorite
what's the
part
Black-
is when the Black Arrow
Here we go.
got killed by Superman.
The crazy
So
thing
the
is
Black
that didn't
Arrow-
even freaking happen.
Let me finish.
It
So
You fucking idiot.
after he
Yeah.
he finally got out of jail.
Got killed
That's
by-
when he started. He tried to make a new life for himself. Tried to change his image because everyone hated him. because he
Not
ruined
true.
everything.
Not
He
true.
killed an innocent grandma for no reason.
He
Yeah,
didn't kill
innocent
her.
grandma.
He just shot her in the knee.
That knee was where her life support was. You killed her. Or not you.
Oh,
Excuse me.
wow.
Blake.
Wow. You're going to make me into a murderer now. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you really like to talk about everybody else. Let's talk about how back in middle school, when we were playing football together, you had the hardest time lifting 2 5-pound dumbbells. How about we talk about
Those were
that?
20. Those were 20 pounds.
Those were not 20. Those were not 20.
Those were 20.
Don't you dare try to make it heavier than what it was. I saw your face as you struggled.
What do you
to
mean?
lift.
That means I couldn't
to
even
lift.
pick up my book bag. You know how heavy those textbooks were? back
Jabari,
then?
I stared at the weight.
Oh
It was
no,
either
I'll never get over the fact how he drew those hentai books. Those
That
animal
was never
girls.
proven. That was never
Goodness
proven.
gracious! Oh yeah,
actually,
it was
Jabari,
proven.
back in English class, 11th grade, you started drawing something that looked very similar to hentai on the board, on the
That
sideboard
was
next to where
one.
we sat.
Wait, what?
And then looked back at us and smiled.
Well, he did not
Class,
do that.
too.
He did
That was
not
in
enjoy
orchestra
it that
class
much.
too, dude. We showed it to like, who was that? What was her name? Isabella. I don't know what her name was, but it was like her, O'Neal. It was Jasper, David.
Oh, I remember
David
Jasper.
saw too.
It's true. I'm not gonna say who, but that one person who you said in that list who wasn't O'Neal or Jasper, screw her. She was a little punk.
He said,
I
Wow.
remember when I was trying
why
out
Wow.
for
why was she a punk?
because
Why everyone's
one
a
thing,
punk in your book?
she was always mean for no reason, literally
You.
no reason.
To you.
Yeah, only to me for no reason. And then what's her name? When I was running for class president, I asked out of the kindness of my heart, I went up to her and asked, "Hey, could you please vote for me for class president?" And she just said no and walked away. Like, what the heck? Like, could you at least give an
Wow.
excuse and be like, "Oh, I can't because of this."
Well, speaking of class president and voting, didn't your dear friend Evan that's in this podcast not vote for you and actually voted for the opposition?
I even said I was gonna vote for you.
Well, you know,
I
sometimes
told
you
her-
have to
I told her,
realize
I said I knew.
there are fakes everywhere.
I
you
wasn't
know?
fake. I wasn't
Honestly,
fake because I let you know
be
beforehand
your own,
before you even
Jabari.
did it that I was gonna what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
I wasn't fake.
And what
Be
did you
your
gain
own,
from that?
Jabari.
What did you gain?
Gained absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
He did not
literally
even go
nothing.
to any of the senior. He did
What
not
I
even go
gave the
to any of
person
the
that I
senior
voted
events.
for won.
Wow.
Are you still upset about that? Oh, I thought you moved past it. Oh, my mind has moved beyond high school.
It has,
My
but still.
podcast is called Jabari's Wisdom, so I'm above all that crap. What happened to all of that?
Well, just
Very
because you're
terrible
past it
impression.
doesn't
Oh
mean,
yeah.
doesn't mean that knowing your friend abandoned and betrayed
You're
you.
stumbling over yourself now because you're full of crap.
Wow. You're just going to slander on his own podcast. What
I
kind of guest
know.
are you?
Oh, it's my podcast now. I run
What?
things here.
Really?
Yes.
Just like you read things that pun intended. You see where that got?
Dude, I haven't started that.
See-
I haven't started it yet.
See where
I
that
haven't started.
ended
It's
up?
gonna be a studio. It's gonna
Oh,
be
it
a
is?
studio. It's gonna
Oh,
make
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, we've been hearing that for about
it. No, the
About
thing is, no.
6-7 years
You've
now.
been hearing that from freaking Justin and freaking David.
Dang,
Yeah,
just
you know how
calling
they
people
are.
out. They're still holding
Wow.
more and more.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
You
have to
can
bleep
bleep
that
it out.
You know how much
Yeah.
effort that takes?
Dude, we're gonna be doing our own thing the entire time we're recording this, so it doesn't matter.
But it's still going to be based on his channel, so you know.
It's gonna be highlights mostly. It should be highlights, like Joe Rogan, a quality podcast.
Actually, I never watched the Joe Rogan podcast. I
Joe
heard a
Rogan
lot about him.
podcast, a
Bad
100%
things.
quality. Of course, because he's number one in the world. Because of course he's gonna get hated on.
What, is he like a conspiracy
Wow.
dude?
No, he's not really conspiracy.
What do you
I mean, he
mean, not
talks-
really? Is he the person who's like, oh,
Not
yeah,
really.
freaking...
You're thinking about freaking Alex Jones.
Oh!
You're an idiot. You are a complete idiot.
Oh, full
Alex Jones,
apology
man.
to Joe Rogan. Dang.
Joe Rogan is a comedian. Alex Jones is a talk show host.
Dang, because they both had like a bald head, so they all like, I don't know. Oh, wait, no,
Alex
he's not
Jones-
even bald.
Alex Jones is
What
just
the
a fat, middle-aged man. He's not bald.
Alex Jones is just a big forehead, which makes it look like he has a bald head. Dang, his
Gracious.
forehead's huge.
Wait, well, Jabari is the Alex Jones out of the group.
No, I am
Definitely.
like literally the Buddha of the group. Like people look towards me and see like,
Really?
yeah.
Buddha's
I
a
didn't know
fat,
I didn't know Buddha went to other people for advice, though. That's crazy, buddy.
Even Buddha was humble.
Really? You're humble?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, I've known you since 5th grade, and it's about 13 years now, and never mind. Let me just get my mouth shut.
Well, I mean, wait. You did Blake Stiff? You did?
He was
Are you
always
telling me
there.
you're not Blake Stiff?
Who the heck is Blake?
He was always... Who the freak is Chris? Evan Chris with the
Who
C.
the heck is Blake? Hey, me, Dante.
What?
Wow. What
Wow.
the heck was that?
Wow.
Dante.
I don't know who Dante is.
Yeah, you do.
Did I just say I didn't? Were you going to tell me what I know?
Yeah, I am telling
Speaking
you what you
of
know.
DS, also known as the Black Arrow. Yeah, I'm calling it out. The Black Arrow, again, bringing it back up.
A.K.A. Dante, A.K.A. Danny Smith, A.K.A. one of the founding members of the Best Friend Pals.
Yes, so he, Black
The
Arrow,
founding
like,
member.
once he was trying to change his image, he, for some reason, like, created a fight with one of the most popular celebrities of the time, the Dark Overlord. So, the Dark
Overlord was a celebrity. He was a freaking dictator.
He was trying to change the world for the better.
Out of
Single-handedly,
fear.
which is amazing.
Out of fear.
Single-handedly, he was changing the world.
That's like Lelouch v. Britannia from freaking Code Geass. He was doing everything out of fear at zero.
You just
Come
spoke
on,
a
man.
bunch of gibber. I don't even know what you just said. in that
Oh, I'm
sentence.
sorry. You don't watch anime anymore.
I don't. I stopped. I broke the curse.
Yeah, I forgot. But you maintain the curse of watching porn of hentai and everything and
What?
drawing it. But, you know, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Heck? No.
Crying.
But anyway,
What the
that's
heck
the
are you
story.
doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm texting.
you might just get kicked from
I'm
this.
texting my barber right. I'm texting my barber right now because she's.
Yeah,
like,
you really need to.
Because shut the fuck up. Because I'm trying to clean up my room. She only's doing house calls, so I'm trying to make sure my shit is correct.
Wait, you're trying to clean out your room for your barber?
I'm trying to clean my fucking room because I'm getting.
Why
my
all the
haircut.
cursing?
Shut
I don't
the
even know
hell
what.
up.
Yeah,
What are you? Somebody's
Yeah.
dad?
What did you
Somebody's
just say?
dad? Relax.
I asked a simple question.
No,
Because you're
relax.
humbleness.
Because I feel like it. How about that?
You're so
Anyway,
wise, I
as
forgot.
I was trying to question, you're cleaning out your room for your barber?
I'm trying to clean my
They have
area.
a certain relationship
So
there.
you
You
want me to leave it
just
messy? Is that what
interrupted him again.
because you want me to just leave it messy? Is that what you're trying to tell me to do?
Wait, she goes to your house to cut your hair?
No, she's saying, oh my God. She's doing house calls because of COVID, dude. Because the shop is closed.
So she can
she's
individually
she's
spread it to
offering-
all of you.
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe
makes
you don't
sense.
get haircuts.
Yeah.
Maybe if you don't get haircuts nowadays. I don't know.
No, I'm not getting anything nowadays. Not to get this virus. Nope.
Maybe because you're scary.
So whose lives have truly been affected by COVID-19 out of the three of us?
Mine has. I now have to take online classes.
How is that?
It's annoying. It's not fun.
I believe it.
It's a waste of
I
time.
believe it.
But
Oh,
then
well,
again,
Evan, what about yours?
it changed to
rescheduled it
pastel,
anyway.
so I'm pretty happy about that.
I'll reschedule it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, reschedule it to September 4th because that's when I'm finally leaving the house.
What the heck are you talking?
And where are you going on September 4th?
Outside, that's when the virus will finally be gone. You heard it here first, kids. September
So you
4th
have not.
is when the virus will finally be reasonable.
So you have not been out of your house
No, I literally haven't stepped out.
in how long?
Jabari, don't
Not even go back
become a
out.
caveman.
2
Where we
weeks.
go to the backyard.
2 weeks, I think.
Don't become
Wow.
a caveman.
Wow.
That's
you-
pretty nice.
Jabari, you missed a really good workout today.
Yeah, we did pretty well.
Well, I can. There's time.
Jabari,
tomorrow?
you just can't be scared.
No.
You be scared of these types of things.
I'm not going to get it.
You're a big wimp.
I'm not risking
No,
it.
I understand his safety precautions. He doesn't want to spread it to his younger sisters and his dad and his mom. Also, you know, your old mom.
But his parents are faceless. They can't catch it through their mouth or nostrils. They don't have any facial features.
I really
They
hope
catch
his
it through
parents
their
are not
mouth.
listening to this podcast and hear you call them faceless.
Faceless. They're faceless.
That's what I just said.
No, you said faceless.
Listen.
You said faceless.
I said faceless.
What
Maybe
the heck is wrong with your lips?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ever since high school, you always try to cut people off. This is exactly why you're the butt of the joke.
Yeah, you are a butt. You're an ass.
I am what I eat.
You're what?
That's my joke. How dare you take that? How dare you?
Monkey? What'd he say?
Typical of Blake's, a.k.a. Dante's.
Who the heck is Blake?
Who the heck is Chris? Everybody's gonna think that in English. What kind of laugh is that?
It's my laugh. Get over it.
It's an ugly ass
Get
laugh.
used to it.
I actually don't have to. I can just block you from my life.
Whatever.
Do it then. Tough guy.
Okay. Great.
What do you say, punk?
What do you say, Punk?
What do you say, punk?
Who was listening to anime in the background? We're in a
It's
podcast.
definitely not anime.
Do you mind?
It's definitely
Do
not
you
anime.
mind?
Definitely not anime.
Oh,
You're
what,
not
is it
even
K-pop?
freaking talking, Jabari. What kind? No, I don't listen to K-pop. What kind of a host are you not talking to your own guest?
Dude, this freaking podcast sucks, man. Why aren't you talking to us?
What? Then get off.
Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad?
Because you're not going to freaking diss our wonderful, not wonderful.
Oh, look at
host.
him kissing his ass.
Oh, thank you. Jim.
Coming from the person that kisses every ass.
I don't kiss ass. I eat ass. I don't kiss.
When's the last time you ate ass then?
Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Shut the fuck up.
No.
Jabari, my apologies. I did not mean to curse.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't want you to do
This
more
is
work.
supposed to be our podcast, not his.
On his channel, my friend.
It's not going to be on his channel.
Actually,
It literally
one
is.
of the
That's why he
greatest
invited us
ideas
to
I
his
have
channel.
No,
is a
we're
way
gonna,
to put the podcast on the
put it
channel.
on iTunes.
Oh, you're going to put it on freaking, pun intended?
Yeah, maybe eventually.
That'll be another 7 years.
That's not going to be 7 years. It won't take.
We should
that
talk
long.
about
30
the
years
story
old,
of
we
pun
can-
intended.
Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Evan.
Go ahead. Just
Okay,
go
so-
freaking ahead because you're not gonna. It's not gonna be.
I'll
accurate.
start from the very beginning. So I was in this
You weren't
English
there
class.
at the very beginning.
I know, that's why I was going to start there. So I was in a English class, pretty crazy, full of hooligans.
Shout out to Mrs. McLaughlin.
No, I wasn't in that one.
Miss
I'm talking about
McLaughlin.
before I switched in.
Oh,
I was in the one full of
okay,
hooligans,
okay.
people like vaping some type of stuff inside the classroom. I'm freaking out. I'm sweating, freaking shivering. Like, what the heck? Where am I? I don't belong with these people. So I immediately, like after the second day, immediately went to the guidance counselor. I was like, I need to leave. And she's like, why? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I just need to leave that classroom. I don't feel like I belong. And she just looked at
You
me.
were probably the biggest punk
No, she-
in the whole guidance office.
She was looking at me, and she felt it. She
I need
felt
to
how
leave this class
serious
right
I
now.
was. So she switched me into another class. So that next day, I walk into the class. I open the door, and I immediately see Deontay, Evan, and Chris, or Evan and
David.
David just sitting there looking at me.
May he rest in peace.
And I'm like,
you
wow.
were so happy.
There was a smirk on my face, and ever since that day, quality. But then
Exactly.
Evan and David, they were big shotters, had big ideas. They wanted to be like the Big Daddy dancing
Hold on,
taco.
I don't mean to cut you off there, Chief. But David,
Here we go.
I was the visionary here.
Okay, so
Really?
Evan wanted to be like Big Daddy dancing taco. He saw dancing taco, was like, dang.
I hated dancing taco.
That's how I want
You
to be.
freaking lame channel. Shut up.
That's how I want to be. So he came
You
with
did.
David, which was his first mistake. He went with David and asked David, do you want to be part of my vision? And David, of course, because David's a fool, went, oh, of course.
Because David's a fool.
So David
Well,
was,
just gonna name drop.
He
mind?
said his name first, dude.
No,
Why
you
are
were
you
the-
coming at me?
you said it first.
Such an a-hole. No, Jabari said it first.
No,
He said
when
David's name. David.
Wow,
Deontay
Jabari.
first
Name
talked,
dropping on your own podcast.
remember when Dave,
What?
You
Jabari,
remember when
know what
Evan
he's doing?
said-
He's trying to put us against each other. Let's go
Oh,
at
true.
him. Let's talk about Deontay.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's why he's laughing.
I don't know who
Because he knows what
Deontay
he's
is.
doing.
I don't even know who Deontay is.
yeah, I think you meant Dante. Come on, Evan.
No, I think he meant. Okay, whatever.
Regards.
Go ahead. And me, Evan Creston with a C.
With a K,
And
actually.
me. Damn crap. Nobody loves me. And together we are in the Jabari Football.
And the Jabari.
What'd you say, Punk?
Man, this is so off the rails.
So the podcast, the freaking pun intended, not podcast, the channel. So they had big ideas. They're going to make an animation studio, make merchandise, make movies, make video games.
I didn't say
make
nothing about no
everything.
movies or video
Yeah,
games.
you
You're
did.
boosting
Someone
us up.
said something about video games and movies and merchandise. You guys had a whole business plan thought out. Everything was ready.
Dude,
But
this is a
everything was
YouTube
always
channel.
in the planning stage. That planning stage never went to execution. They just plan.
I'm going to execute it, though.
They've been planning for 7 years.
How?
And we have not
That's a
seen
lie. Because
any of the
how can
fruit
we plan when
of
no
the
one's
tree that was
communicating with each
planted.
other?
Well, Evan, to answer your question, you did tell me that you and David kept in contact for some time.
I mean, we did, but it wasn't.
So how
in high school,
Jabari and I, how are we supposed to know that who you do contact and who you do not contact on your own private time?
Well, okay, but you're assuming things and you didn't even ask.
Well, you two were partners, so we assumed it's natural to assume that partners talk amongst one another.
I mean, yeah, well, you don't. I don't know.
Okay. I know you don't.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Because it was on him.
That
it was
one
really,
video.
It was really on him because he said he already had it set up. It just needed execution, which wasn't.
You saw him in English class. You should have known he had nothing set up. The only thing he had set up is just a notebook to draw in.
Okay, well, yeah, it was really on him though.
Yeah.
But
and then that fucking Black Avenger.
I got it.
And then I remember
me personally, I already have a plan. I already have my laptop that I bought. I just gotta set it up. I gotta make the channel.
You've been setting up that channel for 7 years.
I'm not gonna really make it a channel. I'm probably gonna end up making it a studio. That's what I'm thinking.
But do you remember? I forgot what that channel was called, like Rock Lee 779 or whatever. The quality
Rock
gaming
Lee?
channel.
Are you talking about my old channel that I had back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh, Flaming Lotus.
Yeah, Flaming Lotus quality channel. What's happened to that? What happened to Flaming Lotus?
I deleted it. It just you gotta move. Sometimes you just gotta grow up and you gotta move on.
Why'd you delete it though?
And how I delete it? Well, there's certain individuals I knew through that channel that I needed to distance myself away from, and it really wasn't very, very productive to continue to have it. So I had to walk away from it, and that part of my life, it was very toxic.
True. Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I understand.
I appreciate that.
What about you, Dante Smith? So you have a big echo right now?
The video I had was me unboxing headphones. He told me that one time.
Wait, what?
It's according to Deontay, the only quality video I had was me unboxing headphones. He told me that one time.
I don't know. I thought that your videos were improving pretty quickly. Yeah. And by like 4 years, you're about to be an established YouTuber.
40 years? I was gonna have that channel for 40 years. I'm out of here. Get the heck out of here. The way that YouTube is going now, everything's censored. Come on.
Oh yeah, YouTube lost it. Everything's moving to TikTok now, which is slightly annoying because videos can only be 1 minute long.
Right. I mean, and Twitch too. I think Twitch is picking up people.
But it's live stream.
Oh yeah, that's true. Did Blake die? Where is he? Did he pass away? Are you there, buddy? Oh, I think he passed away. Well, let's talk about how come every YouTube channel has Patreon now?
Because you don't make enough money at all from it. So they have to have a secondary way of income. Because the problem with YouTube, it looks like people make a bunch of money from the views, but you actually don't make that money from the views, or as much as you would think.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, but YouTube, these are big channels though, but I think they get demonetized. That's the whole thing.
Oh, that too. You get demonetized super easy now because YouTube's not it's not even like a platform for people anymore. It's more of a platform for businesses now, which is crazy because the reason why YouTube got big in the first place was because it was like how TikTok was, where it's normal people making videos.
Yeah, individuals becoming their own like, celebrity. Yeah.
So it's kind of unique. But now that they're making it more business minded, you see YouTube's still big because it's a big website, but all the kids are moving to TikTok. They're doing exactly what people did to YouTube. People stopped liking television, so they moved to YouTube to see more normal people.
Blake is blowing up our text chat. He's trying
I know. I invited Blake like 5 times, which is kind of crazy.
Well, I have a plan. I'm gonna make my own channel, and I'm gonna make it kind of a discussion based channel. I wanted to do that. Probably make my own podcast. So look who decided to show up.
Oh, welcome back, Blake.
My apologies.
We were actually having a quality conversation and topics.
Wow. Okay. Blame me for technical difficulties.
And now that you're back, the foolishness is about to start again.
Just devolves into.
So what I missed, guys?
As I was saying, TikTok is what YouTube was, and YouTube is what cable was. Literally, people moved from YouTube because they're tired of cable, and they want to see more like user-created content because it's more unique, it's more personal. But now YouTube is becoming that corporate kind of cable type website. So now people are moving to TikTok because, as you see on TikTok, most of the content on TikTok is more user, like normal citizen kind of created content.
May I interject?
And then,
yeah, so
sure.
One thing I've seen, because I used to frequent TikTok, I enjoyed it, wasted a lot of time on it. However, one thing that I noticed out of other TikTokers' point, the success of TikTok really comes from the younger generation, which is also more hormonal. If you go on there, it's kind of like, and I'm not saying, females are all trying to be provocative, things of that nature. However, guys go on that app, they see a lot of these female girls that, are really good looking and sometimes seductive, and they're using it as a pre-porn, so to speak. And I know that's going to sound honestly very weird. However,
that's not weird at all. I could believe that, but I could argue.
I've heard things about TikTok. I've heard things about TikTok where like it's regarding like their platform where they only allow like people of a certain type. Like if you look a certain way,
I did hear about that.
If you look beautiful, then they'll promote you. But if you're fat or gay,
I could argue
they're not going to do that.
Yeah. YouTube was like that in the beginning too. YouTube was all you would see are the pretty girls, the handsome dudes, or people who were like making quality content.
But
that was
true.
It. Those
like RDC World 1.
Yeah, it is. In the beginning of YouTube, that's literally
that fat guy, the Numa guy, he blew up.
Yeah, that was quality content.
That was quality content. Dude, he was not attractive at all. I don't think any
that counts as quality content.
Down with him, and then like on top of that, you remember Chocolate Rain?
Well, yeah, that was quality content.
But I'm saying like you said like only beautiful people. But I'm saying,
he didn't. He didn't.
No, I said beautiful.
He added quality content at the end.
Oh,
he said
but TikTok.
Quality content.
I'm trying to say like that's the difference between TikTok and YouTube. It's like there was quality like content regardless of how you looked, versus TikTok's is mostly about like aesthetics.
But okay, let me interject here because I think, no offense, I feel like you're missing the point because even on YouTube, like let's say you did not have a YouTube account and you just sign into like YouTube.com on like somebody else's computer that doesn't have an account, right? The first things that you're going to see back in the day pop up on YouTube are those vlogs with attractive people, whether it's females, males.
You forget how it was back
then.
It
skits or comedic quality content. And now on TikTok, I don't know if you've ever gone through the app, but if you go on TikTok, you see literally the exact same thing. The only reason that like TikTok is becoming more, in my personal opinion, the reason TikTok is becoming more successful than YouTube is simply because with TikTok, you have the freedom to do nearly or virtually whatever the hell you want. And then, like,
not only that, but I would. Oh, sorry.
But I mean, like, but in YouTube, like, you had discussion, but you had things of all different types of genres of videos on there. Like, TikTok is only like limited to what, a minute?
No, but I would say like also with TikTok, which is how YouTube was.
So it's not the exact same. It's just a variant.
You can make. Yeah, it's similar in a way. Because like YouTube back then, you could find small YouTubers who had no subscribers getting a lot of views. like their first video gets a lot of views. You don't see that with YouTube as much now. Now you have to do all this marketing crap.
Yeah.
But it's the same with TikTok. Like if you look at TikTok, a lot of these popular videos sometimes they have like no followers. They have like maybe 6,000 followers, but they're having like 4 million views. That's how it was on YouTube.
And now with YouTube,
so
everybody.
that's another benefit of
okay.
TikTok.
I kind of welcome how YouTube is kind of now, where like you gotta have that drive to keep going. Like people have said, like on YouTube who've become someone like famous, sometimes internet famous. They say you just gotta keep posting, or like
No.
Can you let me finish my point, dude?
You didn't let me finish, but okay.
Shut up. Hey, what?
I said you didn't let me finish my point.
I told you I'm gonna interject. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay, I'm going to interject. I don't mean to cut you off.
All right, whatever.
However, with YouTube, the crazy thing is,
whatever.
The crazy thing is with YouTube, everybody is so quick to become demonetized. So like on top of that, like of course, even YouTube, like honestly, if you look at the population of YouTube and then look at TikTok and see if those YouTubers have TikToks, they're doing more and more content on TikTok simply because they don't have to worry about getting demonetized. They can still get that following to bring them to YouTube. So there really isn't as a marketing strategy. So
speaking of that following, I want to say that with the whole YouTuber thing that Evan was saying, like where you're saying a lot of the YouTubers like, oh, just work hard.
I'm not talking about like that. A lot not of like the PewDiePies.
No, like but I'm saying but I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying that a lot of these YouTubers who say that, they were the YouTubers who were out back when YouTube was different. YouTube was similar to TikTok. Like say Nika Higa. He makes good content. I still think he makes pretty good content still. But he was a YouTuber back in like 2006. So of course he would have like a huge following. I bet you Nika Higa made his videos now. When like say he started now, he would not be as big as he is, even if he made the same type of quality content, because it's so
I don't even know who that guy is.
That amount of
but I agree.
But here's the thing. He's
the guy who made How to Be
Ninja. People who made it back in the day, because I understand what you're saying. And you're right.
Even like let's say
you have a point. You're right. But I'm talking about people who nowadays who like say have more like 1 million or 2 million. That's pretty good in and of itself. Like if you can get your numbers to that much, 1 million, 2 million. So like,
but the problem with it is
like Corey Kitchen. He was number 1 on trending recently. He was number 1. He doesn't have as much subscribers as Nika Higa or PewDiePie or Markiplier.
Well, Nika Higa's kind of falling off, sadly, you know.
But I'm saying
he still has a lot of subscribers.
Corey Kitchen was gone for 9 months. He made a return video like a day ago, and he's number 1 on trending. You just have to find. You gotta find that one like quality that you have.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with YouTube, which is not as much with TikTok, because how YouTube was back then. You could just follow a trend. Like you can follow a trend and get a lot of views each time.
Well, not
like you see a lot of the TikToks.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, it is. A lot of the TikToks nowadays are referencing the coronavirus, and they make big views from it. They just make a joke about the coronavirus, like, oh, coronavirus when I'm eating bread. And they just make some type of unique idea off of a trendy little news.
I find that offensive because
not necessarily every channel that becomes popular is because of current events, but like sometimes a lot of people are drawn to you as an individual. Let me
interject. Allow me to interject. That is true. However, you have to look at it in a marketing sense also. Now, let me go ahead and disclaim this. I'm not a marketing major. I'm not a marketer. However, one of my closest friends is a marketer.
Hey! Don't you ever make a disclaimer.
Well, I'm a business.
You know, in my eyes,
major.
You're a marketing.
Well, I'm a business major, so I understand business and.
Okay, but here's the thing. You may be a business major. However, one of my closest friends who teaches me everything that he's or most of what he's learning, he's a business major with a concentration in marketing. So we've actually went over this. So with that being said, it's really just a marketing strategy. Let's use the person, I don't know the YouTubers you watch or mentioned, Evan, the Corey Kenshin or whatever the heck his name is. The one who was like gone for some time and came back. I mean, you got to look at it. If that guy has 1 to 2 million subscribers, right?
Yeah.
And like, especially in this day and age in YouTube, he built brand loyalty. He himself, his channel is his brand. So he built that loyalty. So of course, if he's going to come back, of course, like his brand is going to generate that, like his number 1 trending, because if he has 1 to 2 million followers, or subscribers, I'm sorry, and they still have that notification on, like for when he makes a video, of course he's going to start trending. Like, I mean, that's honestly just a smart and a huge marketing strategy right there. You know what I mean? Just like, for example, like, let's talk about, like, again, I'm not a, okay, sorry, Jabari, no disclaimer. I don't listen to hip hop all that much. I'm a metalhead, but let's just take it into hip hop because, like, that's honestly mainstream right now. If Frank Ocean, who's been out of making music for quite some time,
Dang,
if Frank Ocean
great
came back
example.
and made an album, his brand loyalty is going to generate him to be the #1 trending artist. It's honestly a huge and smart strategy. So even although what you said makes a lot of sense and I agree with, that's only one fraction of YouTube. Whereas what the point that, let me not speak for Joy, but the point for me that I'm trying to make is with YouTube now, it is so hard to even make it, honestly. That's what, like, a lot of YouTubers, they're not even making a lot of money now simply because the ads, if you skip ads, they're automatically not getting paid. If they have certain things in there, if they have certain quality or content in there,
Even if you don't skip the ads, you're not getting
exactly,
paid
and you
that
can get
much.
demonetized simply for, like, let's say, like, you have like a, and like, let's say we're doing a skit, right? And
Yeah.
a girl like comes up on me, she starts twerking on me or whatever,
Yeah.
easily demonetized right there. They're not making any money. Whereas on TikTok, that is literally what's getting the following. That's what's getting all the views, and that's how people are. I don't know if TikTok creators get paid off of TikTok, but that's how, like, they're
I
generating a
don't
lot of
think they
business.
do.
Even if they don't, they're generating business. Whereas with YouTube, they're limited as to what they can do, or as far as YouTubers that are trying to make it
But
on.
then
But
not only
here's the
that,
thing, though.
I would say one of the problems with YouTube is that everyone's trying to make money. Say TikTok. I don't think they make money. So a lot of these TikTokers, like, yeah, they're doing it for the fame, which you can argue is the equivalent of money in a way. But still, a lot of them are just doing it for the fun of
Yeah.
it, which is pretty humbling, pretty nice. It's a different feel. But YouTubers, a lot of these YouTubers, they're making videos or not making videos, particularly because, will I make enough money from this? Will I get enough views from this? So some videos don't get made. Some videos get only made because of the money
Precisely is
aspect.
my point. And like, you shouldn't, when you start a YouTube
So
channel, you
TikTok's
shouldn't,
more humbling.
when you start a YouTube channel, you shouldn't do it away like for the money at first. Yeah, when you build,
Which is what
when
my
you
point
build,
was about how YouTube
yeah.
used to be and what TikTok is now. YouTube's becoming more corporate. People are thinking about the money first when they're making videos now. It's not as homebody now. Like, even like, say some, like, let's say Evan makes a video. Let's just say, like, he makes a video. He might be thinking, oh, this video is going to get a lot of views. I'm going to get a lot of ad revenue. So I got to make sure that I make it 10 minutes
So
long.
like,
I got to make sure that
am
I
I
have an
an
ad
established
break.
YouTuber in your
Da
example?
da 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 da.
Am I
Yeah,
like,
you're just a first time YouTuber, but you hear the strategies of YouTube. Like, strategies like you have to make a 10-minute longer video because it will, like, you'll get less ad revenue if you make a video. That's why you see all these videos are 10 minutes now, because you make literally less because the retention time matters. So if someone gets 40% of a video that's 10 minutes long, that's 4 minutes. You just got 4 minutes of retention time. But if only 40% of a video that's 1 minute long, you just got, like, what, 20 seconds worth of ad revenue? That's nothing. So that's why everyone's making 10-minute long videos. They're thinking of the money first. They're not thinking of, like, if it is it entertaining? Oh, is it, like, fun to watch? But like TikTok, people aren't making money from it. Regardless of how long the video is, they're still going to get a view. And they're still going to get no money. So people are working harder for these videos because it's, I don't know, like, maybe they'll get followers on Instagram or something, but still, it's more of a, like, I don't know, more fun, I would say. And that's how YouTube used to be. Like, you think Nika Higa, when he made How to Be Ninja, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make so much money.
Yeah,
no?
that's the thing. Like with YouTube
No,
back
he
in the
probably just did
day,
it for
like
the
a lot
fun.
of the famous, or not famous, but a lot of the well-known YouTubers now that have been successful, like throughout a freaking 10-year tenure, they didn't, like, you, like, even hear their, like, let's take their videos on why I started YouTube for face value. Like, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. If they are telling the truth and they started YouTube just because they were bored, or they just like started making random videos with their friends and they decided to upload it, that right there is humbling in and of itself. They didn't come right out of the gate trying to make money. Whereas like now, content creators on YouTube are saying, "Oh, I want to start so I can make money. I want to make this much. I want to be just like this person, make this much money, have this big of a following." Whereas,
Mm-hmm.
like, once they start doing that, it's not going to be as successful simply because there's so many stipulations nowadays. Which is why so many people have moved over to TikTok. They can just do whatever the heck they want, and then they can bring that following to whichever
Exactly.
platform they do generate money off of. I mean, people make money off of Instagram, I believe. People make money off of YouTube. I'm pretty sure they can make money off of TikTok. If they haven't done it yet, they may start doing that within the future. Honestly, like it would be a waste for like to put so much time and effort and content into a platform and not get any sort of revenue from it.
Well, here's the thing. When I start my channel, I'm not gonna do it for the money. You gotta when you do a YouTube channel, you gotta do it because you have a goal in mind. You have a goal.
Yeah, you
want a
should.
place where you have a place where you want to reach, and you have something that you want to do. So, say I want to do something discussion based. So I have a message. I want to build a conversation with an audience. And
Yeah. But the problem is also you have to have a niche. Like say the dancing. The little only reason we started getting views is because we made that Lucky Star opening. And when I don't make openings, I don't get any views because that's all people want to see. Even though I have more fun making skits, people only want to see the openings because that's my niche. That's the only thing that people see that they see, oh, only the Dancing Taco does good. Which kind of annoys me because I'm like, that's not what I like doing. But the problem with YouTube is that, like, for you to have views, you have to have a niche. If you want to be a new YouTuber, it feels like you have to have something that's like super unique, which I guess you could say about anything, any platform.
I mean, yeah, because essentially that's your target audience. I mean, you can't have success if you don't have a target audience.
Like Jabari, you have a point because like I remember other YouTubers that I've subscribed to and watched have talked about this same thing that you're talking about. I don't know if you're familiar with the channel Elusive. Are you, Jabari? Nope. Well, he's known for doing exposed videos on cartoon characters, right? On different types of cartoons. And when he stopped doing that and decided he wanted to do a gaming channel, some of his audience like did come over to the gaming channel, and his channel did grow. But a lot of them were like, a lot of his comments were, "When is the next exposed coming out? When is this coming out?" Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's literally how it is.
He talked about that. So I see.
Yep. So that's why if you do, like say now, like I still try to make maybe one opening a year, but I tried started focus on like just stuff I want to do, and that's like what it's kind of hard because you see like the difference in views. Like say the opening, I'll get like 100,000 views. Well, if it's a good opening, I'll get like 100,000 views, living it up, comments happy. But then if I make a freaking and you see I have like 30,000 subscribers, so I should get like that amount of views. But then if I make a skit, I might, which I mean, it's a lot more than some people, but I might get 1,000 views, and that's it.
People,
I get some loyal comments from the people who actually like the content.
And don't let people put you into a box either, bro. Like a lot of people want to put you in like this certain category, or he's only good at this certain thing. Like if you can do more, then do more. This like you can build. More of an audience if you do more than one thing. I hate when people say you can only do one thing. No, that's dumb. You can build You can build a coalition of people.
He was talking about that too because he was saying like he was kind of put into a box where he felt like he couldn't do anything he wanted to do because that's all his fans wanted. Were this certain type of content.
I mean,
say Red and Link. They used to be like a singer channel, but then they switched to a talk show. That must have been kind of well. I mean, they've been doing that all along, but technically, more of their views were from the singing stuff, because that's how I knew them, from the singing. But then they started focusing more on the talk show.
Here's my take on that, and like I always say, if I'm wrong, correct me. When you have one niche, right? Like that's what you're known, or not even known and successful for, and you start switching over to something. Of course, just like in everything, when you're like trying something new, you have to do it in moderation. However, as far as success rate goes, it's not a matter of let's say, okay, let me say this. For the sake of success, not for the sake of pleasure or anything like that, you being happy with the content you put out there, for the sake of success only, correct me if I'm wrong still.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, what do I want to say? How do I want to say it? Okay, so let's say you start doing one thing, right? And you want to switch into something else, expect to lose views, right? That's just right off the bat. If people don't people are not interested in what you're moving towards, they're not going to watch it. As simple as that. They might watch the first couple in anticipation that you're going to go back to it, but they feel like you're not, they're just going to fall off. Whether they unsubscribe or they stay subscribed, they just don't watch your videos. You know what I mean? However, whatever you're moving towards, if you don't have a clear target in mind as far as who you want to view that content, or if there's not even a market for the content, I'm not even talking about a monetary benefit right now. Just like in general, even like for views, if there's no market for that content right there, you're going to lose subscribers. You're going to lose success simply because you switched up. Now, if you're perfectly okay with that, now moving out of success, if you're perfectly okay with losing that success, losing those subscribers and losing those views because you're putting out content that you want to, as well as doing the content that you want to, that's perfectly fine. But if there's no market for it, especially like not in your demographic that YouTube is advertising you, then don't, complain about, oh, well, I mean, you can't complain because like it's kind of wrong. But then again, it's not, it's just human nature. But I'm saying, like, just expect that particular loss because it's going to be a significant loss depending on like how drastic the switch up is. Which is probably why like a lot of YouTubers and not even YouTubers, like this is just like for anybody that puts out content, whether it's a musician or what have you. Kanye is probably facing it right now, being that he's doing the whole Kanye Sunday service and the whole religious thing, which I'm not a particular fan of, but I still listen to it just because it's Kanye. Like I think he's a creative genius. Not a lot of people are going to want to listen to his new stuff now, so he's losing those followers. However, he's probably gaining a lot more, or he's still facing criticism for everything he's done in the past and saying now he's trying to turn over a new leaf, which is stupid in my opinion. Because if he is truly,
I'm sorry, okay. No, I don't mean to cut you off, but like the main thing is you want to attract people by being you. You want people to come back for you, not necessarily maybe your content as well, but they want to see you as an individual. Yeah,
true. Because like, say I keep bringing up like Red and Link or Nigahiga, that's why it didn't even matter if they like stopped doing their content or not. Because I only subscribed because of them.
But then like
because I like their personality.
Say one of his friends were running the Nigahiga channel, they'd be like, "Where's Ryan at?"
That's why I hate. Like, say you remember that old channel? What is it called? Equals 3. Like he made because he got too big, and then he switched it and he hired some people to do the channel for him. But then that like ruined the channel because the channel was made by him. It was his channel. People subscribed because of him. People didn't subscribe because of the brand. He was the brand. Regardless of what the name is, he's the brand when it's YouTube. Right. So it's like, that's why I hate when YouTubers do that. Smosh did the same thing.
You see what happened when not Ian, Anthony left. People were asking where Anthony is. Being you as the person that made the channel is a big reason why it became successful. You as an individual, people like your personality, your look, whatever it is. People subscribe for different reasons, and you just got to understand that, and not just your content necessarily. It's just you as an individual.
Okay. Same happened to Epic Mealtimes. No. Same happened to
picture this.
All these
people
old
just
YouTubers.
Like you. Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's called YouTube.
Yeah, picture this. I have the perfect example. Perhaps my favorite YouTuber is DashEXP.
Yeah.
He was known for doing skits for many years, right?
Yeah.
But he fell off with the skits and started doing the gaming videos.
Yeah.
Now the diehard OG Dashy fans, they're going to still watch the gaming videos. You know what I mean? Yeah. However, he sold us himself in those videos, and he's acting the exact same way in the gaming videos as he did in the skits. He does skits once every couple years now. He just does it whenever he feels like it, which he has the right to do. However, he lost a lot of fans and a lot of loyalty. I mean, he's still himself. He's still acting the same Dashy, loud. I'm not going to say obnoxious, but loud, funny, very entertaining, and very charismatic.
Right.
He's still acting the exact same way, but it's not the content that people subscribe to him for. And it's like, I mean, I get exactly what you guys are talking about because I agree to like a 90% degree, to be honest with you. However, the 10% of me is disagreeing simply because although it is YouTube and the YouTuber, the content creators sold themselves as a person to their fans, like they are the brand, people have to take time out of their days to watch their videos. As people get older, the free time that they have is less and less and less. So do you think majority of the people are going to take time out of their busy schedule to watch a video from a YouTuber, but it's not the content that they really enjoy? They like the person, but it's not the content they really enjoy. Not many people are going to do that, which is why, like, a lot of the times when creators switch up what they're doing, they lose a lot of fans because that's their time. Like, you literally have to devote your time to watching that video. And if they do this strategy that Jabari was talking,
that's why I don't like it.
Let me talk about who's
hold on. Let me just finish because I literally have 30 seconds left of what I was going to say. Right. Which is why when Jabari said if they're going to do like the 10-minute or longer strategy, best literally 10 minutes minimum of their time each day. I mean, everybody has like 10 minutes to spare, but who's going to actually look at it like, well, I have 10 minutes to spare? It's like, yo, do I really want to watch this and waste my time watching it? if it's not what I really enjoy.
Yeah.
That's where the significant loss comes from. Not because they sold themselves, or it's not because they're no longer the same, or they have like other people help them with the production. It's simply the content that they want to spend their time watching is no longer there. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
Sure. And I also agree with that one thing where you're saying with the 10 minutes, because some people overdo it where they do 10 minutes, but then they make daily videos where they're like 40 minutes long, daily videos,
They do a
And
triple
I
upload.
just realized when you were explaining that,
uploads.
those were the YouTubers. And those are the YouTubers I like unsubscribed from after a while, who I liked in the beginning, but then they uploaded too much. And like you said, it was like I had time in the day. Did I want to spend it watching a 40-minute video every day?
That's what I'm like with me.
Like,
for
no,
example,
I don't.
I mean, I stay subscribed to Dashi all across the board simply because I'm just a fan of his. Like, I really am. Like, even his Dashi XP2 channel, which he rarely ever, he only posts like bloopers of the video. So literally, like, that gets a video once every couple of years. His gaming video or gaming channel gets videos like almost every day, I believe, or like 5 or 6 days out of the week for sure. But I don't watch any of the gaming videos simply anymore because I don't like his gaming. Like, for gaming videos, as you guys know, it's 20 minutes minimum. Really.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend 20 minutes watching a game that I really don't care to watch or even care for just because one of my favorite YouTubers or content creators is doing it. I used to, but then like now that I'm older, now that I'm working full time and devote my time to the gym and music and all that stuff, I legit I'm very particular with my time now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so like the YouTubers like success from before, like let's just use 10 years. That's like honestly like an honest benchmark. 10 years ago, which is when YouTube was popping in like 2010, like around that time. Like those fans then versus the fans now, they're not getting as many views if they switch up or like start doing the content that they really wanted to do, but not what their fans want to see. Simply because of that, their fans are 10 years older now. They're like in their 20s now.
Oh, do you want to hear something
What's
crazy?
up?
My channel's about to be 10 years old.
Real? Are you serious?
Yeah. I started the channel in 2011.
I didn't even know. That's freshman year for us, isn't it? Freshman or sophomore? Yeah.
Freshman year.
Freshman and sophomore year in the area. That's crazy.
No, it's freshman year. No, it was freshman year because
Crazy.
we all came there in 2011, September 2011. And
I never knew what year we entered high school. I just knew it was
we got there September. I knew
2000s.
I knew we got there.
And I made it, I guess, right before classes started.
That is crazy.
Dude, bro, to build off what you guys were saying, a good example of who's doing amazing on YouTube right nowadays. I don't know if you guys are familiar with David Dobrik.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know who the hell that is.
Yeah. Jabari, you know who that is?
Awkward.
You don't know who David Dobrik is?
You should not be surprised.
I know fucking Deontay may not, but fucking Jabari does. Jabari knows who he's fucking.
What do you mean? I don't look on YouTube that much.
I go on YouTube literally just for like anime openings, anime like piano covers of like OSTs for anime or music videos or videos on
like if you see the tabs on my friends talk about all the time how many tabs I have on my laptop because of YouTube videos I've queued up because I don't have enough time because all these YouTubers are making 50-minute videos.
Yeah.
Like what the heck? Like I want to watch Nikihiga's videos, but they're like, I mean, I'm watching the bloopers though, but still. The bloopers and his like secondary channel, a lot of the videos are like 20 minutes
That's another
long.
good point. See how you guys only look up certain types of content? So like you guys have certain YouTubers that you're drawn to. So content does matter, but you also like the individual.
I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I watch, I don't even care for the person. It's really just the content. And I use it as the source. I mean, as you guys know with me, as Jabari's fans don't know with me, I love research. I love doing research. And mainly researching the stuff that I am interested in. So I could not care for a lot of the people I'm watching. It's just that's the best resource for the information I need. So, I mean, Evan, to what you're saying, I mean, to a certain degree, yes, if people have time. Okay, let me just speak for myself. I'm not going to even use a general sense. For people like me, the people that don't really have a lot of time to spend on YouTube, they're not watching it for the person or whatever. I'm really just watching for whoever has the best information in a video. So that means I can go through 10 videos that are like 5 minutes long. I just skip ahead and see, okay, do I know this? Do I know this? Can I use anything from this? If the answer is no, then I just move on to the next. And then I find something I'm like, okay, cool. I still don't care for the person. It's just this is the best resource. I mean, nobody freaking likes Google Scholar, but that's the resource that a lot of college students use for their papers. I mean, they fucking hate it, but it's the best resource. That's actually how YouTube is for me, like straight up.
So when
Like
you
that, like
so when you are on YouTube,
when I used.
so when you are on YouTube, what kind of channels do you like watch? Like, are you subscribed to? Or are you a loyal subscriber to? So who are like?
Let me say this: who I spend my time watching recently is RDC World One. Jabari, no offense, RDC World One. But I watched all this shit that I cared for on that channel. T Pindell every now and then, and honestly, I just play shit so I can have done in the background. I don't even pay attention to YouTube now much anymore. And then after that, I'm subscribed to a whole bunch of like people that fucking do anime OSTs, just so on my suggested list on my homepage, I have like more shit to watch, and I just like do the mixes. I really don't do.
So what it sounds like to me is that you're the key audience for a podcast. You know, have something in the background. Listen.
Yeah, I started listening more to
Speaking
podcasts.
of this nigga talking, we're gonna move on to something else now.
Okay, then back to the YouTube thing. Also, I noticed because of YouTube, it's changing everything. So people don't do skits anymore.
Yep.
Skits are less popular, blah, 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 blah. It's not because skits are less popular. It's because of how YouTube changed the channel. You notice, hey, animation's super unpopular now. It's not because people don't like animation. It's because of the way the YouTube algorithms work. So before old YouTube, you can make a 2-minute, 3-minute video, spend a month making it, and make animators.
Hold on, you say animations are not popular, but a lot of animators are high up there, are popular. Like, but Dominic,
they are, but
no,
but not as much as they used to be. Look at stick figure animation. Stick figure animation used to be huge in the early days of YouTube. Yeah, stick figure animation, like flash animation and stuff like that. That used to be huge.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I fucking don't.
Now I know.
I really don't.
I just
I thought you were talking about dick. I'm sorry.
No, that's an old.
Of course you would.
Or like stick figures on crack. All these old channels.
Okay.
They used to be big, but the problem was YouTube changed it where they changed it to retention time. That's why you see these YouTubers changing to make stuff like they're making it where 10 minutes. You have to make a 10-minute video, long video every day, because YouTube makes it like that. If you want to get more views, you have to do that because of how the algorithms work. Because they want people to stay on YouTube longer. They want them to stay on the site longer. That's why content's becoming longer. You see like less skits, more gaming.
I mean, there's that.
More.
However, you have
what the
more
issue
podcasts.
is now. People are not. I think creators are not really engaging with their audience. It's like to see what appeals to them.
No, that's not the problem. It's like the problem is literally YouTube. YouTube has made it where basically, say me, if I make a skit and it's only 3 minutes long, which is the normal length of a regular skit, I'm going to get less views than if I would have made it 20 minutes long. Not because the content's any different, but because the YouTube wants it where people are spending as long on YouTube as they would as television. They want it like that. They'll make more money that way if you stay on the site longer. So that's why you see longer form content. That's why you see so many of these YouTubers making podcasts. Not because, oh yeah, podcasts are pretty cool. No, because as I said in a previous podcast, podcasting is the laziest form of entertainment for the length.
But there's that.
You can literally talk. Like, look at us. We talked for 62 minutes. And if I wanted to, I could just upload it to YouTube and make a 62-minute long video.
I mean, there's that, but you also
if I was recording myself.
Just look at this is something that we don't have. And if you guys have it, I didn't fucking know you had it, is the statistics and literally the demographics of what gets the most on YouTube. If you look at it as, I mean, our generation is literally the YouTube generation, you know what I mean? We're in our 20s now. Some of us have fucking families. We can't spend so much time on YouTube. Like, we can spend countless time, like, listening to podcasts, because if we're fucking driving, like, me on my way to work, I'll listen to podcasts half the time. While I'm at work, I'll listen to podcasts. If I'm at home and I don't really feel like visually watching anything, but I just want to hear some shit and I don't want to listen to music, then I'll listen to podcasts. Now, that part is rare. I'm always listening to music at home. I was going to hear the Interstellar music in the background. But,
yeah, thanks for
my
that.
apologies, I'll turn it down. But, like, that, I mean, that's my main point. Like, we're older now. Like, the people that generated so many views and probably so much money for YouTube is getting to the point where they're not going to spend as much time doing stuff. So, to your point, Jabari, the reason that podcasts and podcast videos on YouTube became so popular, my personal opinion, I'm not saying this is right. I don't have the statistics in front of me, and I don't know anything or everything. However, it just makes the most. Oh, they have 3 hands doing that. That's awesome. I'm sorry. It makes the most sense. Like something that's very practical for.
No, it makes sense, but the problem is YouTube. Like basically, YouTube encourages it though. Like say me. Well, okay, I wanted to make a podcast, but let's just say someone who didn't want to make a podcast. YouTube is in a way where if you make an hour-long video versus a 20-minute video versus a 5-minute video, the hour-long will get more views or it will make you more money. Either one. The 20-minute video is probably like perfect length for money versus views. But like the 60-minute video will give you the most money because basically you could put more ads in it. And YouTube bases, like I said, I'd probably say too much. YouTube bases their money making, or like how much money a YouTuber gets, off of retention time. Basically, how much the average audience member spends watching that video. If the average audience member spends 20 minutes watching a video, you make 20 minutes worth of monies. But they only spend 20 seconds, even if it's you get like 4 million views, but it's a 20-second long video, you made no money. But if you made 4 million views and it's an hour-long video and people watch the whole video, you made bank. That's why podcasts are becoming like more, because you can get that hour-long time. You can get that retention because people are, like you said, listening to it in the background. So these YouTubers are making more money. They're doing it for less work, and they just get to talk. So they're just doing what they do every day while making money.
So let me ask you guys this.
It's genius.
What do you think is the key to be successful on YouTube? And do you
the key to be successful?
I am the absolute wrong person to ask.
Don't use YouTube.
You guys are interested in making a YouTube channel, making a new YouTube channel, and what do you guys plan on doing with it?
Okay.
I'm gonna let Jabari go.
Outside, I guess I say the key to success for YouTube is to not look for success at all. Like literally, just make you whatever videos you want, because chances are you're not gonna be successful at all. So you might as well like what you're doing, because you're not gonna be successful. Literally, sad to say, it's not gonna happen.
Being pessimistic.
Say me. I'm not even successful. I'm making no video. Literally, so you have to just make videos that you want to make. Make the videos because you want to make them, or use it as practice. If you want to get views, I don't know, use Instagram or something. Use TikTok because that's trendy, so you'll probably get more views for what type. Because basically YouTube is matured now. Like as Deontay was saying so much, YouTube has become TV basically. So if you want to make it on YouTube, you have to make some quality content. You can't just make fun videos like YouTube used to be and get views. That's where TikTok is. TikTok, you can make fun little videos that aren't that good and get a lot of views. You can make dancing videos, or you can make like where you're just making a meme or just talking about like, oh, some trendy topic, and make a 1-minute long video. Doesn't take that much work, get a lot of views. YouTube's not the place for that. Sadly, YouTube has changed. It's more mature. It's literally television, but internet. So that's the only wisdom. If I were going to make a new channel again, I'd probably be doing the same stuff I'm doing now, because I'm not making that much money anyway. I'm not making any money. So it doesn't really matter.
What I'm hearing is like you have like a pessimistic outlook on YouTube.
Not even. I'd say a realistic outlook.
I'll say this with what Jabari said. I mean, I see where you can think it's pessimistic. However, that's honestly, in my opinion, only to optimists. From what Jabari was saying, I mean, that's just real. Like, not many people, even YouTubers, are saying, I'm not even making much money off of this anymore. Like, the reality of it is, you just have, so that's why, like, a lot of them are just doing whatever the hell they want. Even, like, in their videos, at least, like, in the ones I'll watch, like, T. Findell and, like, I forgot who the hell the other person was. They even make jokes of, this is going to be demonetized. Because they know how ridiculous it is. It's so hard to stay within YouTube's confines and be successful in it monetarily. So they just really are doing what they want now, but, like, with the exception of not doing shit to make their videos get deleted or taken off of YouTube. And sometimes their videos are taken off of YouTube and they have to redo it. So what Jabari is saying is honestly just realistic. It's not even optimistic. It's not pessimistic. Well, it wasn't even optimistic. I'm sorry. It wasn't pessimistic. It wasn't, oh, he's downing or dissing YouTube. He's honestly just being real. Like, that's why I said I'm not going to answer that question. One, because I'm ignorant when it comes to being a video content creator. However, when it comes to YouTube, it's just, you really just do whatever. It seems like you just do whatever the hell you want to now, simply because there's so many ways. Like, you can do something that you don't even know that you're doing wrong. and there's no success right there. Like they're not going to fucking, they're not going to advertise. Like Jabari was saying, algorithms. Like in 2017, 2018, I want to say 2018, is when algorithms actually started becoming more talked about by creators, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, pretty much almost any platform, even Snapchat stories now. Like, not like the stories that your friends have, but like the For You stories and like the TV shows. Like, there's an algorithm that if you're not if you're doing the shit that they don't want you to do, or if you're not generating a certain amount of views because of the video for whatever the reason, even if they don't say the reason specifically to you, they are straight up not going to show your videos or advertise them above others. That's why you'll hear every single content creator, whether it's on YouTube, I'm just gonna say YouTube and Instagram, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, they're gonna say make sure you hit like the, well, I'm not gonna say the like button, like the notification bell, so you can be notified when I get it. And if you go back to like 2018, a lot of people, like, or at least like a lot of the successful people on Instagram, even the celebrities, they tell you favorite my picture or favorite my page or whatever. So when I post something new, you're going to see it. If you don't, because of algorithms, you're not going to see it. Like Evan, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you. Well, let me not even say it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you were aware of the algorithms or how the algorithms work, but now the algorithms are making it to where if you don't stay within confines, or if your followers or subscribers don't notify me when this video or when this person creates stuff, you're more than likely not going to be viewed unless you're like the popularity or the majority for that particular platform. With TikTok, if you're not beautiful, if you're not making dancing videos that like a lot of people like, or following trends like of COVID-19 or anything like that, or quarantine and all that shit, then you're not going to be viewed on the For You page as you would if you were doing it. And the same thing goes with YouTube. I mean, so it's not pessimistic whatsoever. That's the reality of content creators. That's actually why a lot of people stop making content and they're just trying to find avenues to do other stuff, honestly. That's the reality of it.
I'm not saying,
which is why YouTube and,
because what you said is correct, but I'm not saying pessimistic because of the truth in the matter of algorithms or notifying people or parroting anyone's page. I understand that, and you're right. But I'm saying like pessimistic in the sense where if you start a YouTube channel now, you can't become successful. That's not true.
But he's not saying that. But he's saying it's hard as fuck to become successful. No, Jabari's saying
just don't expect
it, because if you straight out like seek success in YouTube, it's going to be hard as hell for you to obtain it. The way to obtain success in YouTube, from what I've seen, even from like what a lot of content creators say, like I was watching a video the other day, and somebody even said it because they were doing a Q&A. They said just make whatever the hell you want to make and just get the traction that way. Don't expect success right off the bat.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, even with like, I feel like with any type of content, rather it be music, because I hear it a lot from artists all the time. Music, artists, videos, like a lot of the time, the thing that becomes popular is not the thing you expect to become popular. Like I thought Lucky Star was gonna be a flop. I didn't even want to upload that video because it was trash. I still think it's a pretty trash video. Like, but it just happened to be
one of the most popular artists out right now is Post Malone, right? His song White, I think it was White Iverson that he said. He said he was just making that with his friends, right? And they told him to like post it on SoundCloud or whatever the platform was. He said he just did it because his friends told him. He did not expect anything. He said he woke up the very next morning, and that was one of the most top songs on fucking SoundCloud. And now he's one of the most popular artists. Like, to Jabari's point, like a lot of people.
Same with Juice WRLD. Yeah,
like please rest in peace. May Juice WRLD rest in peace.
Yeah, never forget.
Yes, just straight up, never forget. I love Juice WRLD. Anyways, just like what anybody will tell you, unless somebody that's already famous says, yo, check out this channel, and they partner with them for a while until they can like get the traction themselves, they tell you straight up, don't expect anything, just do what you want, and then like it'll come to you. Like Nikki Sixx, one of the most famous musicians in the rock/metal world. He was the bassist for the band Motley Crue back in the 80s up until recently, and he was the bassist in the band 6 a.m. He straight up, and he's also an author and a photographer, he straight up said, he told my favorite band, Black Hole Brides, don't chase the dollar will come to you, and then the dollar will give you the opportunity or the means to do what you truly want. But until then, just make the music that is true to you and that you want to do. That's the reality of becoming successful in a content creating environment. And honestly, it's really across, well, I'm not gonna say across the board, but like literally when you're creating content, don't seek it out straight up. Like you can appeal to your target audience, right? Yeah. I can make metal music and put it out there to the world of like metalheads and everything. But if my shit is just terrible and it's not getting any traction, I'm straight up not going to find success in the subgenre that I seeked out. Whereas if I just like start putting music out willy-nilly, then people will like, you'll get more success that way as opposed to trying to find success. It's just straight up.
No, that's a common
just
thing.
Like if
I
honestly, like
a lot of like new YouTubers or new like content creators in general. Because I was going to make a song with a friend. He was in one of the past podcasts, and one of his first things was like, "Oh, we gotta be like this. We gotta be like this artist. We gotta da 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 da." Because he wanted to make it where he was following, like, I don't want to say it again, but he's like following an algorithm. He wants to find kind of the easy way out. He doesn't want to make anything unique. He wants to make it like how he sees other people do it. He wants to be successful from the start, and he's seeking out like success in the music from the start.
Like that.
And I was telling him, like, if you're like, say, like with Kanye, like if I make music like Kanye, people are just going to listen to Kanye. Why would they listen to a bootleg Kanye? So the only way for you to be like Kanye is to be like you and make your own type of music, and then people just like the uniqueness of what you're making.
Or do it like in the inspiration, like not even like when people say inspired by, or if you like can't.
You can use that as inspiration.
Yeah, like for example, like.
But like if I make Runaway.
Yeah, I was about to say like
I'm never gonna make Runaway.
Exactly. Let's say we try to make Runaway, or
even if I make a bootleg
or even
Runaway,
stronger.
it's gonna be a bootleg Runaway.
You can
hold on,
like do it in that. Okay. All right.
Let's switch gears real quick. All right. So let me ask you this. So what's your end game? What's your end game? Like, what are you trying to get to? What is your final, like, where are you trying to be? Like,
okay,
if you're doing YouTube, like, for you, no, I'm talking
for
about you guys,
YouTube.
and I'm not
for
professional. I'm talking about YouTube specifically. What is your end game?
YouTube specifically.
Yeah, well, or whatever.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
I want to make.
Hold on, Evan. Are you saying YouTube or YouTube? As a YouTube individual.
YouTube as individuals. I'm saying two. The number two, like the number two.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to specify.
Wait, when you're saying in game, you mean like live goals?
Yeah, like whatever. What do you guys?
Or just content creation in game?
What's your end?
Okay, I would just say for content creation because I'll make it a little easier.
Yeah.
For content creation, say YouTube. Like when I was hoping, not even for money, just to get a big enough audience who likes my content, so then I could switch. I could move that audience to something better. Say if I wanted to make movies, it would be easy to get views for that movie if I had an already established audience to switch. Or let's say I wanted to move to music, I could just switch. Those simple switches. I wanted enough of an audience where I would be able to switch them. If I wanted to make a business, that's why I was like, these YouTubers, they already have it. Like, they can make a business right now and switch them because they already have these established audience members, and just move them to that. Already have like an established like consumer base to start on.
Are you working?
So that's basically what I want.
Money? Like, do you have a job while you're in school?
I mean,
do you?
No.
Okay. Well, did you ever thought about having a job, trying to make money, like getting like better computer equipment? Because like a lot of people talk about content and stuff, but the big part of it is having certain equipment so you can make better quality. Yeah, you can be.
Not really. I feel like the quality, like for example, your iPhone is already pretty good. Like there have been movies that have been made. I mean, they were like kind of experimental movies, but still, quality movies that have been made with like the iPhone 5 when they were trying to show off the iPhone camera back then, and they look just as good as regular movies. So the camera doesn't really make that big of a difference. Like most of it's just color correction. Now that I finally learned how to use color correction, I mean I could get better, but a lot of it's just color correction and what makes movies look good.
Aesthetics play a big part of it too, and like
And then what's it called? Like computer-wise, unless you're doing special effects, you don't need a good computer to edit. Like unless you're doing 4K videos, and like even if you use like I forgot what they're called. Crap. What are they called? When you proxies, even if you're using proxies, which is like basically making it where you can edit higher quality videos by making them lower quality, and then when you render it, it goes back to higher quality. If you're still lagging, then you shouldn't be doing 4K. 4K is not even that important nowadays. 1080p is the only resolution you really need. 4K is just to be nice.
Well, you want your videos to look crisp. I mean, you want it to be quality.
Not really, because most people don't have 4K monitors. Most people don't have 4K
Yeah, that's
television.
true. I'm not saying
Most people, like computer-wise, they have, which is where all content's really watched. Like most people don't really watch content on TV from YouTube. So you only really need a 1080p.
Yeah, I'm not saying like you have to have these 4K monitors and all that stuff, but like you want your stuff to look good at the same time. You don't want to look like someone's using a toaster.
Yeah, but you shouldn't like keep on pushing like your ideas back until you can like finally do it. Because like say that friend who wanted to make music, he had all these plans. He wanted to like make a song and then push it back. Like he wanted to save music for when he gets big. I was like, no, you shouldn't save music for when you get big. Because like, what did that song that you're saving is the song that makes you get big. So you might as well just release it all now.
Like Jabari, like I'm not gonna try to come at you like any type of way, but like say like your videos that you posted, I personally believe that if you had, let me say, better edits, or if you had like better quality on your videos, that they could have even became better than what they were. Yeah.
Well, the problem is the way to get better with your edits is to keep making videos.
That is true.
You don't become better right off the stop. Like even if I had the best camera, best computer, like it means nothing.
Right.
If I don't know
yeah.
how
Let
to
me
use
say
them.
this. Allow me to hold on.
So the only way to know how to use them
I'm going
is
to interject because Evan actually hit on a very controversial yet important point, and Jabari is starting to hit it on the nail. Let me specify because I listen to all types of shit, music-wise, and I watch. I mean, let's go with videos. Actually, let me go with my best field, which is music first, then videos. A lot of the first recordings people have, unless they're already freaking, I don't even sponsored, is not the right word, signed by a record label that gives them the budget to do what the hell they want on their first recording, it's going to sound crappy. I'm just going to be real. Like my favorite band, Black Gold Brides, their first record, Re60's Runes, it was not produced the best. It really fucking wasn't. A lot of people's first recordings is just not the best, straight up. Now, Evan made a good point. If you want quality like content, you need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in the equipment. However, Evan, the fallacy to that particular point is who in their right mind is going to straight out just buy the best equipment starting off when they're not even too sure if they want to commit to it for the rest of it. I mean, what 13-year-old would say, yo, I want an iMac and I want a 1080p camera or like a DSLR camera or whatever, like to their parents to make a video. They're 13 years old. Who knows? They don't even know what the hell they're going to do with the rest of their life. They just know what their interest is at that point in time. So Jabari made a good point. The key to getting better over time and to making quality stuff is literally practice. You don't practice and then put shit out there. You put shit out there with the best of your ability, and then over time you continue to get better. That's just like right off the bat. Every artist does it. Every freaking content creator does it. Like like if you go on YouTube, if you backtrack years ago, Dashy XP was freaking making videos on a camera, like on a phone. With the camera phone. He was making them like with the freaking camera, like that the USB port slips out of the camera and shit. They just use like whatever with.
Oh, the flip phone?
The flip camera. Like quality. People were just like using whatever they could that was cheap at the time because they're starting out, seeing if they're testing the waters. Honestly, they're just doing that, and then they start investing. It's just the exact same thing with a business, just slightly different. If I was to create a business right now, nobody's going to straight up say, okay, I'm going to invest $100,000 into your company. I'm going to have to invest what I have at that point in time. So it's going to be a rinky-dink shop or rinky-dink whatever until more people can invest and until I can invest more into my whatever you're trying to do. That's it across the board. So Evan, I agree with you because I made the mistake of wanting to, like, if we could have a video right now, I would show you guys like my studio in my room right now. I have great equipment. I just don't have a great computer. The reason I don't make music right now is because my computer crashes even when I open it up. It takes 45 minutes to start my computer, and that's why I don't use it anymore. But I have a great compressor. I have a great mic preamp. I have a great audio interface. I have a beautiful MIDI control. I have like shit that I can make beautiful music with already. But at first, I had a crappy audio interface, didn't have any hardware or outboard gear. I had like a 25 key MIDI controller and a freaking Toshiba laptop that was made in 2009. At first, I said, I can't make any music with that, right? Until I watched people that I look up to in the music world. They said, honestly, I made this song with what I had, like, which was this. I made this song on my freaking GarageBand on my MacBook. I made this with whatever. I was like, okay, then I can start making music. So I literally started like making music and demoing songs on my freaking 2009 Toshiba laptop with a crappy $50 audio interface. It didn't sound the best, but it sounded better than what I thought it was going to sound because I had the notion that, I need to have the best equipment starting out to start creating music. That's not the case in point. Jabari made a good point. Now, I know this stands with music. I don't know if this stands with like other content. However, if you talk to any producer and any professional music artist that writes their own shit and records their own stuff, they're going to tell you the number one way to get the best quality is in the hands of the musician. If the musician can't play it, it doesn't matter what kind of producer, what level or grade that producer is. As far as professional working in the highest forms of studios or whatever, it doesn't matter what they work in or how expensive their equipment is. If the player can't play, it's going to sound crappy. If the player can play it and they have like crappy equipment, they can make it sound the best that they can, which is going to sound better than if the player can't play it and they have the best equipment. It's the same thing what Jabari was saying. You can have the best equipment, but if you don't know how to freaking use it or don't know the ins and outs of like recording, editing, and all that shit, your videos are going to look terrible, and you won't know until you go along with time. So you're not going to buy this expensive shit starting out just to practice further on. You're going to have whatever you have. You're going to take whatever you have, and then you're just going to go from there and see what the hell you can do with it, and then get better over time. Then start putting more money into it. That's the reality of it.
As the great Malcolm Moore once said in his amazing song, forgot what it's called, but it was amazing, Deep. He said, the greats weren't great because at birth they could paint. The greats were great because they paint a lot. Deep, man. Freaking deep. And it makes sense. A lot of these freaking amazing artists,
unless they're freaking prodigies.
Like, look at them. Like, what's
Guys,
his
I'll
name?
be back.
Freaking Picasso? No. Like, even the prodigies, they painted like crazy. Like, Picasso, he has so many freaking paintings. Yeah. What's his name? The dude, Leonardo da Vinci? He has so many different paintings. It just happens that Mona Lisa's the most popular one. And ironically, it's only popular because it got stolen, and then it became popular once they found it.
I would have burned it.
Like, let me see. How many paintings did Leonardo make? Oh, only 22 official paintings. I bet you he has a bunch of freaking practice paintings, though. I bet you. Let me see. How much did Picasso? 50,000! What? This dude, he has 50,000 paintings. What the
And that's honestly the secret of success when it comes to content. Is literally just doing it over and over again.
I bet you Leonardo has more. They just lost all his paintings.
Now, we'll say.
Because if Picasso has freaking 50,000.
You have to think. I don't know what the hell Picasso did in his life because I'm not a history buff and I don't know.
Picasso is the dude
I know who
he made a bunch of paintings, I just don't know what never got popular, died, and then he became
I don't know what else he did with his life. Whereas like with Leonardo da Vinci, he was doing all types of shit, honestly. Like, wasn't he a freaking was he an architect? What the hell was he? Like, yeah, he was an architect.
He was a literary.
He did like a lot of shit. So of course he's not going to have as many paintings as
the Renaissance man.
But honestly, Jabari, that's really the secret to success when it comes to content or art in general, is doing it over and over again. Now, I will say that there are people that do shit over and over for their whole lives, and they're just fucking terrible. I'm not going to name any names.
Well, I feel like the people who do it over and over and just. It's because they're not trying to improve. They're just looking at their stuff and like, oh, this is the best.
Well, you can't say that across the board. Some people,
isn't there like a saying with
some people, they'll
like, there's some saying with artists where they're like, artists have like the hardest thing for an artist to do is to finish because they always think they can improve.
Yeah.
They can improve their art. Like for them to finish a painting, because there's always like that one little thing like, oh, this needs a little more green. Oh, this needs a little more blue. So the hardest thing for an artist to do is to finish the painting.
Yeah, that's true. And also, people don't know how to practice or what to practice. There can be somebody playing. Actually, I'll use myself as an example. When I first started learning the guitar, I didn't know what the hell to practice. I just looked at chords, and that was it. I thought that's all you needed to know. And then I heard Slash, and I said, he's not just playing chords. He's doing all types of shit. So I started learning more, and I just started practicing just the pentatonic scale, because that's something that's Slash is famous for, using the pentatonic scale a lot, right? And then me personally, I saw that I'm not improving. I just know how to play a fucking scale. And then like it's taken years for me to know exactly what to practice. And now I can play what I play on the guitar, on the piano to a certain extent, because I can't play as fast on the piano that I can on the guitar. However, I can still play different shit only because I'm a better musician because I knew what to practice. I just taught myself what to practice. Whereas other people, like you said, they just get in the mentality, this is the best time to do, this is what I want to do, and that's it. The music that I wanted to start making at first, Jabari, is not the music I want to start making now. Like, if you would have told me about 10 years ago that I would end up trying to pursue a career in power metal, I would just laugh at you. One, because I didn't know what the hell power metal was. And two, it's just because like when I figured out what power metal was, I loved it, but I was like, I don't want to play that. That's just not my thing. I love listening to it, but it's just not my thing. I want to play like hardcore rock or like metalcore, but now that's not what I want to play because that stuff is too easy for me. Whereas like with power metal, it literally encapsulates everything that I love about music. It has melodies. It's very neoclassical. So like a lot of shit from classical music from my favorite composer Bach. They They use counterpoint. They use what the hell is that? They use extensive knowledge of harmony and melody and like all types of shit. And I'm gonna listen to Chopin. I'm sorry. You should be. Everything that I love about music, power metal has, and symphonic metal. Whereas the other stuff I wouldn't like. So just like you said, people get in that mentality, this is what I want to do, and I know it for a fact, they're not open to evolving. Whereas like people that are open to evolution and progressing in their craft, they're going to know, okay, I just need to do this more often and I'll get better. That's really the secret to getting it. But if you're just making music that there's no freaking market to or not as big of a market to, it's not going to bode well. For example, power metal, there's barely any market for power metal in America. Like it's mainly popular in Europe and Asia, honestly speaking.
But I could argue if you are full-blown passionate about that, you can make it popular in America.
Well, let's say
Kanye. Before Kanye, all rap was like gangster rap. At the time, 50 Cent, he was the king of like popular rap, like on the radio. Everything was 50 Cent. And then Kanye released that was it Graduation? I don't know which album was the one where he was facing 50 Cent. They had the same release date and everything. And they say when Kanye won that like battle, like of who would sell the most releases, that was the death of gangster rap, basically.
Yeah, because I didn't know that, man. But I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying I know for sure what the market is. So I'm not going to expect success with power metal in America. It's going to there are fans of power metal in America. It's not as great as Europe or Asia, but I know I'll definitely build some traction here. But most of the traction will happen overseas, and then it'll go like full circle. So, but it just goes back to what we were saying beforehand. I'm not going to expect success.
True, you shouldn't,
especially not in an area that I should. Well,
I'm not saying you shouldn't expect, but you shouldn't like have that like that confidence. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to be successful because of this. Like, my first song, it's going to make 1 billion views, And then it's like, oh yeah, I won't have to do anything else. Like, which, I mean, I guess no one really thinks, but people think sometimes. I don't know how to explain it, but you probably explain it better.
I think I get what you're saying. It's life, really. And
you still got the tape. You still got the tape rolling?
Oh my god. Yeah. We're even here. We are having a deep talk.
No, he said I'll be back, guys.
Awkward.
Yeah.
About what? What we guys talking about?
You're gonna have to re-listen to the podcast, I guess. Sad, but
dude,
yeah. So I was just saying, like,
what's up?
Speaking of self-taught, like, it's pretty crazy how the internet is like nowadays. Because now, a lot of things that, like, say Deontay, 20, or I'm not saying 20 years, like 40 years ago, Deontay would have he wouldn't known anything about freaking power metal or whatever you're talking about. I'm guessing because of how things were 40 years ago.
40 years ago?
No internet.
In the 80s, I would have heard it just because of Iron Maiden, but it wasn't that popular. It wasn't. Yeah.
But because of how the internet is, like everything you can almost not everything, but almost everything you can teach yourself nowadays.
Yeah. Even Apple, like if you have an iPhone, they have like iTunes University or iUniversity or whatever. You can like type in the field that you want to learn, and they'll like literally give you quote unquote courses. It's like a free school on your.
That's the thing I found. I
to teach yourself whatever.
So Jabari, let me get it straight. So let me get it straight from what you're saying. So you have a passion for directing. Am I in the ballpark?
Yeah.
Something. So you want to be a director?
Yeah. I mean, I would want to act. Maybe I wouldn't want to full blown. Well, I don't know. But yeah, mostly directing. Directing
it sounds like your strength. So your strength is behind the camera. So what you want to do.
Yeah.
So why won't you make a channel that supports that dream of yours?
But why would I not use the channel I'm doing now?
I personally think that you can build upon what you already have, but like you can make a channel that's about
the thing I never understood was why do people make separate channels? Like, unless they're making like multiple videos a day, like what's the point even making a separate channel? Because your audience is already there.
Let me hit on that. That's actually a beautiful point. and I would not know how to answer that if I didn't listen to the music that I listened to. Because the reason that people make multiple channels is just like when, let's say, for example, a frontman of a band has a side project. Going back to Black Hole Brides, Black Hole Brides was Andy Biersack's dream since he was a freaking teenager or a kid, right? However, he had a solo project called Andy Black. The reason that he had a separate music career is simply because he did not want to taint what was already established with his main project. So he didn't want to, let's say, kind of like how we were talking about earlier with content creators. They want to switch up, right? He didn't want to switch up. He just wanted a different outlet for a different sound of music. So instead of ruining the establishment that he already had, he made something else. So he said, in the event this does not do well, or he didn't say it specifically, this is just what I believe his mindset was. In the event this does not do well, it will not ruin the band that I've worked ever since I was a teenager so hard to make successful. But that's why people make different channels, I would assume, because they don't want the new content to like lose subscribers because it's not what people are interested in. So they're going to base your channel.
Sometimes
they're going to associate your channel.
Let's say like music-wise. Look at Childish Gambino or Tyler the Creator. They used to be rappers, and now their music's completely different from how their music used to be. But they still, I mean, I guess Childish Gambino but they still changing his name because he's like, oh, that's the last Childish Gambino album, and I'm guessing you'll go off of Donald Glover from now on. Let's say Tyler the Creator.
No, the thing is with music, he wanted to stop rapping altogether. He just wants to to be a director and do film and stuff like that. Because his show Atlanta is popping off and it's very popular. He's one too.
But there's a dichotomy between music and videos. And here's the thing with music, just like with honestly this is perfect. And you guys will agree with this. I know. This is the best way to explain it. So let's go, for example, Kanye, right? This era Kanye is completely different than Yeezus Kanye, right? Yeezus Kanye is completely different than Graduation Kanye, right? Graduation Kanye is different from 808s and Heartbreaks Kanye, right? Just like that is different than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
The part that makes
in music, there are literally eras. Yeah, there are eras in music, which is why musicians and artists can go from rapping to just not rapping, because that's just that era of their music career. Whereas with videos, people don't look at videos like that. They don't look at. I can only talk about this shit or the content creators I know. So if I'm wrong, once again, correct me. Like with Dash XP, there's a 2012 Dash XP versus a 2015 Dash XP. It's just Dash XP all across.
But I feel like there
the reason people have different channels.
But
say
there's more.
Hold on, Jabari.
There's more to it than just the music in the music video. In the music video, you can actually have a visual representation of what you're trying to portray in your song. The message that you're trying to portray in your song. That's why This Is America by Childish Gambino, just to go back to kind of what you're saying, Jabari. A lot of the fame from that song came from the video. Everybody was breaking down the video on YouTube, music outlet, news outlets were picking it up. Everybody was talking about it. People who haven't really heard about Childish Gambino like that or listened to his music like that were talking about it. So, it was because of the music video. So what you're trying to represent in your song it's very important when you see it visually, in my opinion.
No offense, Evan. I don't know how that ties back to what we were saying. I need to practice.
I'm okay with that because it's getting up to 2 hours.